You think your life is happening to you. Situations happen, people behave, circumstances unfold, and you react. That is how most people see reality. But what if this entire understanding is incomplete? What if your life is not just happening to you, but responding to you? Now, this is where everything shifts. Because the moment you understand this, you stop feeling like a victim and you begin to see yourself as a participant. Now, let us go deeper at the smallest level of reality. Something very strange happens. When scientists begin studying atoms, they expected to find solid particles, fixed, predictable, measurable. But what they discovered was something completely different. They found that at the subatomic level, matter does not exist as a solid thing. It exists as energy, as wave, as possibilities, not fixed, not defined, but open. Now here is the most important part. This energy does not become a thing until it is observed, until someone places attention on it. And the moment attention is placed, something invisible collapses into something visible. A possibility becomes reality. Now pause here, because this is not just science. This is a mirror of your life. If at the smallest level, reality changes based on observations, then what do you think is happening in your everyday life? Now think about your day. You wake up and your first thought is, what is going to go wrong today? And instantly your attention moves to problems, to stress, to uncertainty, and then throughout the day you notice more of it. More problems, more stress, more confirmation. And you say, see, this is my reality. But what actually happened? You observed it. You gave it attention. You collapsed that possibility into your experience. Now imagine something different. You wake up and then instead of focusing on what is wrong, you place your attention on something new, something you want, something that has not yet happened, something unknown. At first, nothing changes because your body is still conditioned to the old. Your mind tries to go back, but if you keep placing your attention on that new possibility, something begins to shift. Your perception changes. You start noticing different things, opportunities, connections, ideas, movements, and slowly your reality starts reflecting that. Not because the world changed, but because your attention changed. Now this is the observer effect. Where you place your attention is where something begins to form, because attention is not passive, it is active. It carries energy, and wherever that energy goes, something begins to organize. Now this is why most people stay stuck, because they keep observing the same reality, the same problem, the same identity, the same limitations. And by doing that, they keep recreating the same life again and again and again. Now this is the shift. If you want something new, you cannot keep observing the old. You cannot keep focusing on what already exists, because whatever you observe, you reinforce. Whatever you reinforce becomes your experience. Now this does not mean you ignore reality. It means you stop being controlled by it. You stop reacting automatically. You stop letting your environment decide your state, and you begin to choose where your attention goes. Now understand this deeply. Your attention is your power. It is the most valuable resources you have, because it determines what you experience. Now let me ask you something right now. What are you observing? Your limitations, your fears, your past? Or are you observing a possibility, a future that does not yet exist? Because whatever you are observing, you are feeding. You are giving it energy. You are bringing it into form. Now this is where it becomes practical. If you keep placing your attention on your past, your life will look like your past. If you keep placing your attention on your current problems, your life will stay the same. But if you begin to place your attention on something new, something unknown, something beyond your current reality, you begin to create a different experience. Not instantly, but inevitably. Because the more you observe something, the more real it becomes. Now, this is not about pretending, it is about choosing. Choosing where your awareness goes, choosing what you give energy to, choosing what you allow to become your experience. Now, this is where most people struggle because their attention is not in their control. It is controlled by their environment, by their habits, by their emotions. They react automatically, they think automatically, they observe automatically. And because of that, they live automatically. Now, this is the real work to take back control of your attention, to become aware of where it is going, and to consciously place it where you want your life to go. Now, this is not easy because your body is addicted to the known. It wants to go back to familiar thoughts, familiar emotions, familiar experiences. But the moment you interrupt that pattern, the moment you choose differently, you begin to break the loop. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Now, here is the final understanding. You are not just observing your life, you are creating it every moment through where you place your attention, through what you focus on, through what you give energy to. And the moment you realize this, you stop being a passive observer and you become a conscious creator, not of everything, but of your experience, of your state, of your direction, and that changes everything. Because now your life is no longer random, it is intentional. It is not controlled by the outcome, it is shaped from within. And it all begins with one simple question: where is your attention?